it's going to be right in my way. I could just use it. Just use the phone as a picture. Can't. And I want to leave a line in the center here. No matter how slight. It's not going to do it. I'll have to do it some other way. Well, I got to lay this on here. I can always use a mask later and add the final touches to it. I was trying to be all neat at first because I was wanting to show you guys some detailed brush work, which basically is what I'm showing you. Once you think this, see, everything is an airbrush. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to come in, do stuff with a fine liner, or in this case, a striper. I left a little edge there on purpose, but I think I'll just get rid of it. Do it back in with blue or something. But I think he looks better with the sword than just black, you know what I mean? Like his legs coming in here, doing his legs too. But here I am, I'm fully loading this brush here. Keep loading it. It's okay if it's extra white, you know what I mean? It's a sword. It's a silver sword, actually. So. And if I can get some kind of cool design in here, that'd be cool. You see those little hairs on the side of the brush? I don't know if you can see them or not, but that's what can mess it up. Trying to load that brush and make sure there's no hair around the edge of it, you know what I mean? Ooh, sometimes you curve the brush in your hand, you know? I've been doing this for so long. No, I mean all my life I've been doing signs and paintings, and when you mess up, you just have to go in and repair. Repair, replace. And the color always looks a little different than you expected, you know, because you're mixing it over here. I got some water I'm putting in with it. Make it flow a little bit. This is acrylic paint, it's not enamel. So it's all water based. I'll put the enamel on it when I put the gloss on the end, you know. But I'm not really trying to do any design, not really. I'm just trying to color it in now so that I can put a design on it. I don't want this. There's no mask around it, so if I mess anything up, like this little tip here, it's not really correct. I think I messed it up when I first cut it, you know what I mean? So you're always correcting your mistakes as you go along. But this brush is pretty wild. You can go a long stripe with it. You know what I mean? You can do a long stripe with it. It works pretty well. So that's his black line here. I don't like it. I mean, I guess I could leave a little bit of it, but get rid of it. I mean, on his sword, you'll see that. Now that just messed that up. So now I have to go back and straighten it back out. You know what I mean? But that's how it goes. You do one side, and then you do the other side, and you know, you do the blue around it, and then you do the. And you just keep trying till you get the way you want it. I mean, nobody's a fantastic artist to start off with, you know. You just have to keep working at it till you can lay that line just like you want it, you know. But I'm going to come in with the airbrush anyway to add more detail to what I'm doing here. And so it doesn't really matter. I think that's blue paint. I think I pulled that off there. I don't know. See, that's the problem when you get in deep into it is am I painting on the mask that I made? Can I scrape this off? Does this come off? Or did I already remove the mask? Because there's little marks in there where it was originally, you know what I mean? Oh well. But I'm just going around tidying up some little details. I mean, you can see how bad I'm just showing you how bad I am here, but trying to tidy up some little details. I need to do some more black on that hand. That hand needs to be... And this really is the brush. I'm waiting for some thinner brushes to come in. I know nobody cares, but yeah, I'm hoping to get some thinner brushes here. Come on, nope. None of that was decent. What the hell happened to black? I had it sitting here. Now there's crimson red in it. Now I got crimson red in my black. Oh well. I got to work on this guy's hand. This little crimson blood on his hand ain't gonna hurt nobody. Trying to do his knuckle here. Because there's going to be a shadow underneath that sword, you know. Where that hand is. A finger there and thumb over here. And I'm trying to get it half-ass like the picture, you know, but what that is, a piece of something sitting on there. So this would be, those are 3 fingers, so this would be the 4th finger down here at the bottom. I don't know. I just got it almost blacked in, but really, there's supposed to be another finger down here on the bottom here. So this is what we do to while the day away in a jolly old land of Oz, you know. Okay, so this is the 3rd finger. then that one there's the fourth finger. And this comes around. I'm gonna have to paint all of it kind of a brownish. But see, when I come in with airbrush, hopefully, I mean, this guy has drawn knuckles and yeah, I mean, he's drawn all around there. If you can see him up here. I'm looking at it, you know, on a big screen TV, whereas if you were looking at it, you'd want it to be, you know, like that, detailed, you know what I mean? But you can see mine's nothing like that, nowhere near that detailed. But I don't have the smaller brushes, I don't have the technology to do such a thing. Supposed to do some shading under here. I don't really want to do anything to mess anything up, but I'm messing around here with his leg. Quit pulling it back out. I mean, this is close to black, but you can see it's browner, you know what I mean? So it's not jet black, but that's okay. This whole belt's supposed to be this kind of brown. And so is this thing. This thing goes across his chest here. It's really supposed to have a brown thing to it. And you're like, God, why is he just going in there like that? And well, you know, you get to know what you're doing after a while, how it mixes together, what you're gonna do with it. How far you can go with it, you know what I mean? Because sometimes the paint doesn't mix, and that's a cool thing, you know. Sometimes there's happy little accidents that happen while you're doing it, and other times it's just hell, you know. It's just, you like this little line here, you might like that in there, you know. Sometimes a dry brush going over something really make it look cool, you know. But I'm working on it. I'm working on this Conan character, and I've tried to lay in some little darker shades in his, he had some problem with the coloring, and but you know, I mean, it's not really airbrush now. It's kind of done with painting too. But the thing is, it'll still look good. It looks good. It might not look good on film, but I think it looks good. Come on, get rid of this one little. There you go. Just trying to add this shading to this one side, you know what I mean? And you know, all your stuff looks like it's shading, going the wrong way, and funky looking stuff, you know, but then later on when you look at it, you know, just like this, I can go through here and put all kinds of little highlights in his hair, and it's that weird black color that really doesn't go with anything, you know, but it still looks cool. I mean, I think the guy who did it, he just had like one basic color, which is cool. You know, his is really good. The guy's better than I am. I mean, shit, he's probably world famous. But I'm trying to make the truck hood look good, you know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to do. So like here, I'm just adding in some details. So it doesn't look like a blur. See how it looks like a splurge, a blurb? Well, I don't want it to look like a blurb, okay? I want it to look good. So I'm going to make it look good, even if I have to go over it and over it and over it. See, what you don't understand is on this side, this is masking. This is all masking here. See the skull under there? So this is all masking going all the way up here. I need to come up here with the black or the gray color, which I've got plenty of. I should do that. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just like here, I'm kind of adding the undertone to it a little bit. But I mean, it depends on how detailed you want to do it. Well, I'm going to do it pretty damn detailed. I'm going to keep on with it until it really, the lines look straight and everything. You know what I mean? The same color, the right color. I'm going to put a real line in there with the airbrush. The airbrush covers a lot of mistakes. This part here is really an error. I tried to wipe it up with a cloth. I spilled a little bit of something on it, and it just left a big blurb. But I mean, it looks okay when it looks like fog or something. But yeah, what I want to do, another thing I need to do, is I need like a gray. It's this tree. So I'm going to come down here, and I'm just going to do like, this is a gray spot. This is a gray spot. I'll show you. This is a gray spot. This is the bark on the tree. And I'm just going to keep, it really doesn't matter something like this how you mess it up here. Because it's like scumbling along. But you don't want to get too long of pieces in there. But it's kind of where the light is hitting this tree. And it needs to come way down here. You know what I mean? I need to, look how straight a line that liner does. But I need to do white and then a black in front of it, you know, because it's part of that tree. It's coming down here, and it needs, the whole picture needs to be a little lighter, you know. It needs, and then it's gonna put like another area here, you know what I mean, where there's spots. And I'm just kind of, I mean, I could use like a, I mean, there's several different ways you can do something like this, but I'm just gonna do it. That's not really the edge of the car, you know what I mean? That's just the edge of the picture. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, because sometimes it goes the other way, you know what I mean? I mean, the thicker the white line, the more it looks like a shadow, you know what I mean? But see, there's going to be a skull like right in here. And then the same with this other side. See, I've got where I just did the mask on it, but I need to get rid of that mask and just do some of this on here. And it needs to go up into the top of it. See, watch. Oh, that's what I dropped the mouse. I was going to show you the picture, but I dropped the mouse. Now I can't find it. But I still have all this stuff on the bottom here. See, I have this log here, and there's supposed to be like a dead guy here, which would be cool when if I ever got done with it, you know. If I ever make it down there. Then I got all these skulls, and I'm going to do skulls all the way across it. All the way out here. I keep working on it. Painting with Chris. I mean, it's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable pastime. I like doing it, you know. Oh. But it's, you got to pay the bills sometimes, you know. Sometimes. When you get up here, it's just going to be right along the edge of the, because it's like a reflection. You know what I mean? So, I'm not really showing you. It's hard to hold the brush and paint at the same time because I'm leaning way up. I mean, yeah, I could stand up and do it, but trying to bring a little bit of life back into it. And see, after I go through with this and adding something into it, I will come back with a black too. You know what I mean? Come back with a black, and then I need to start painting these guys in here. But see, as you can see, he needs to be, this part of it needs to come out. It's hard to get it out. See, that's what happens after you have the mask in here for so long. You can't get them out of there. They got these little tools they call picker tools that you can pick with it. But I don't know if this has been pulled out already. It looks like it has. I know this hasn't, so. But see, I need to paint a little white here. Since I'm going to pull this off. Let's go ahead and put a little white here. So we can see where the edge of the guy's face is supposed to be, you know. It really doesn't matter. Just do the hole anyway, you know. But so I got him there, and then I'm going to pull this edge off so that you can kind of see him, you know what I mean? Trying to show it to you and still do it at the same time. Yeah, there's the other side of the leg. See, another guy I didn't cut out too well. It doesn't matter because I'm going to come in and paint these guys. I'll paint the white and the black on them. I don't care. But I just want to know what part of this is coming off. See, this is all a rock here. If you look at the picture, see it's a great big rock here. And then below that, there's like a limb, big limb laying there. But I'm going to go ahead and see what I can pull off here. See, even that part I painted, it came off because I don't know where the mask ends and the story begins. You know, like down in here, it's real obvious. There'll be a nice black line across here. But when you get up in here into some of these places, like here, I did, those are the two skull eyes. But I didn't cut it all in, and I wasn't sure how far I pulled it out and whether I pulled it out right. And you get little specks and stuff. And you just kind of have to do it by eye. And then if it's wrong, guess what? Gotta do it again. Didn't do it right, man. You need to do it right, bro. You need to redo it. That's what you need to do, man. This ain't funny, bro. Some more of this tree here. And you know, I'm just kind of meandering around. Hey, you get more control of the brush doing this. You know, you get used to it more. I mean, I could paint the whole dang picture, but the thing was, that wasn't what I was trying to do, an airbrush picture, you know. This guy uses more simple coloring schemes. He just used the gray, and I guess it was against the black. It was gray and black, but mine's gonna be gray and blue, and as you can see, like a darker gray. But it goes all this gray, man, it goes all the way up. I don't know what I'm doing here. This needs to be shorter. I'm not really doing, I don't like that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing today. I'm working on it. I gotta do the sword. I gotta smooth that sword out with color, and I gotta zoom it in. I like the color a lot more on his face now, but it still needs a lot of detail. And but now I'm down to his boots. You know, I didn't have his boots before. I guess I got a little white here I could show you doing these skulls. So I'm gonna do this skull here. I can see where the cut was, you know what I mean? So that's not an issue. But, and these two pieces here, those are going to be his eyes, and they're just straight black anyway. I need to stay away from the nose, though. Let's go ahead and draw the eyebrow in here. Come on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's just patience, you know what I mean? You just gotta sit there and patiently put this shit in here. Put this stuff in here. Let me do his nose. You know, everybody likes the nose to be done. I mean, I guess I could leave some dark spots in it. But, like down here, I could do his, you know, his teeth and stuff. See, can you see now why I need the little tiny brushes? This guy looks like he's got eyebrows. I mean, that is his eyebrow, but let's come down here like this. Okay, now doesn't that look silly? But the thing is, this is all going to be filled in mostly. I mean, he's going to be, because he's got, you got to have something to paint against, you know what I mean? That's why I saved the black and stuff, so I could have something to, you know, that's why the whole masking thing, so you can see where you're at and paint against it. But I mean, you can leave little spots of black, like if I wanted to leave a little spot like that on his head to draw the picture, you know what I'm saying? But these skulls are dead skulls, so I mean, do they have to be whole? No, they can be broke up or have holes in them, or, you know what I mean? And down here at the bottom, with his mouth and everything, it needs to be really white, you know what I mean? So I went and dipped in some white. And I was going to put some white in here so that you could tell that these were the part of his skull that comes out. I'm actually looking through the camera drawing a lot of this. And this thing actually stands out by itself. I see a lot of YouTube things where they talk about how to draw skulls, and you just have to do it, you know what I mean, over and over again until you get used to what is the right place to draw a skull. How do you know? I used to draw out of encyclopedias and, see, now I got this all whited out, but where's the gray of where his teeth were, you know what I mean? Usually there's like lines coming up here, so I'm going to try and get some of this gray and add some lining here. Yeah, that's not working too well, is it? And this is going to be like in a tree or something. I'm messing up because I should have saved that black spot. And then here's another guy over here. And he's laying sideways. And this is his eye, this blue spot here. Make him go like that. Give him another one. I'll just put his other eye. Poke his other eye out. I tried to cut it in and everything, but when you're doing a great big picture like this, after a while, man, gets a little frustrating, you know what I mean? You get to where you're like, oh man, I don't care, just because you can pretty much paint all this stuff by hand. The only thing it's hard to get with hand is that it's hard to get that flat area, you know what I mean? That flat area of paint with all these strokes in it. That area up there, you know what I mean? That's hard to get. But you could use a spray paint can, or, you know what I mean? You use anything that sprays. But, use this guy's mouth here. Give him a mouth and a nose. Now, wait a minute. Let's make his nose farther over. Because he's... whatever. It's just a bad drawing. Yeah, I mean, people are like, who cares? Well, it could be anything. You know what I mean? Doesn't have to be a face at all. It could be a leg bone. You know what I mean? There could be like a femur bone coming up here. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to make any difference. Except for to me, because it's a lot easier to draw for me. That's how we do you. Here you are expecting to see a great piece of artwork. And what do we care? But see, it's fun drawing against this black because you can use the black to make details that you wouldn't normally have, you know. Add some of this up in here. And I just go wherever I gotta go, you know what I mean? Put one here, a little highlight. That's a little higher spot there. See, and these are just mistakes with the airbrush. That area there and that area there. You do using the airbrush and it's spitting at you and everything else, man. The airbrush can be a pain in the ass. And I can see why people don't like it, you know what I mean? And I like it okay, but I got all those skulls to do. But basically, that's kind of what the skulls will look like. Only I'll use that airbrush and go in and smooth it all out. You know what I mean? I don't want to do anything there. Anyway, that's me working on the picture. I'm just showing you some details of the painting. It's going to be a while. I got to do a lot of the highlights in here and all this shit down here. I did that a little bit, you know, but it needs black up in there too. It needs some real contrast. I don't really have the paint set up yet. So I'll come back at you, but that's the picture. This is the truck head. This isn't a picture. This is the truck head I'm working on. Conan the Barbarian. You've heard of him. All right. Y'all have a good day.